In the early dawn light of a chilly November in 1935, two women trudged toward the corner of 167th and Jerome Avenue in the New York City borough of the Bronx. They had made the trip again today from Harlem, and although not admitting it, each was nervous about the project they had taken on. Neither had ever done this before. Up ahead, several women were already visible. This corner was one of the more popular ones where women gathered hoping to be hired for day labor as domestics. As they approached, the two could already see why it was one of the better spots. Here there were benches. At Simpson Avenue, the street across town where they had gone the day before, women had to scrounge around for a box to sit on or lean against a lamppost or storefront while waiting for a potential employer to drive up in her car. Nearing the group, they breathed a sigh of relief. Unlike at the Simpson Avenue corner, where the stench was overwhelming, here they could draw a breath of fresh air. The women at the corner were a mixed group, some neatly dressed with trim hats and gloves, others in jackets too light for the season. Each clutched a paper bag bundle concealing her uniform, and each waited expectantly for a Bronx housewife to buy her energy for an hour, 2 hours, or even for a day, at the measly rate of 15, 20, 25, or, if she was lucky, 30 cents an hour. The two newcomers were not for sale, however. They were there to investigate, to write up what they saw, and to find out who these women were. What brought them to the corners? Why did they keep returning? The answers would become a story published later that month in The Crisis under the title of the local name for the corners, The Bronx Slave Market. We might well ask these questions of the reporters. Who are they? What brings them to these street corners? In the next 3 decades, each would become a key figure in the Black Left. The taller of the two was Marvel Cooke, a journalist on the staff of the Black-owned and operated New York-Amsterdam News. The other was Ella Baker. The two had met when Cooke was working for The Crisis when W.E.B. Du Bois was editor. In her work for the Young Negroes Cooperative League, Baker was already developing a reputation as a clever strategist. She would become the most influential woman in the civil rights movement, a mentor to many leaders, and best remembered as the founder of the Southern Christian Leadership Council and convener of the conference that would lead to the creation of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Unfortunately, Cooke would be less well known. She was a canny investigator who used journalism as a medium for changing the way people see their world. Her experience that day in the Bronx captured Marvel's attention and would not let go. She recalled later that she became fascinated by the slave market. As a matter of fact, she recounted in an interview, "I've threatened several times recently to go up there and see if it's still going on."